Hey, today I want to offer you a nice juicy stretch class. So I figure we're all pretty active right now because the weather's changing. It's beautiful. We're outside. We're doing a lot of stuff we haven't normally been doing, and hopefully getting out there and enjoying the sunshine. But I want to do a nice juicy stretch class today. Just to loosen us up and give us some mobility in our joints and just to feel good, a little self-care. So anyway, couple of things you might need. So we're gonna work some on the wall. So I'm set up out here on my porch so that I have wall space to use. And so if you can position yourself, and you can just pause the video and find somewhere where you've got some wall space. You don't really need a lot. Right now I have like 4 feet of wall and that's it. And then also, if you have some sort of strap, you can use a belt or, in my case, I'm using a dog leash. So, and he's actually putting his nose under the curtain right now. That's pretty funny. So, let's start on our backs. Come onto your back and make sure that your strap is handy. So lying flat on your back, just take a moment to settle in. Widen your shoulder blades, kind of wiggle out your hips, open your toes, and just feel the earth and the mat beneath you and just try to ground yourself a bit. And then reach your arms way above your head. Take a big long stretch, like you've had a nap. Yes. Now, take your legs to the right corner of your mat and cross your left ankle over the right. And then reach your arms to the upper right corner of the mat and grab your left wrist with your right hand. So you're in a banana stretch. Yeah, your body's in a banana shape. I love this stretch. It's the side body stretch, and you're getting down the side of your leg and your spine and up into your rib cage. And then move to the other side. So just change your wrist grab as you go. Cross the other ankle over, both hands and legs on the left corners of the mats. And then come back to center. And take that stretch again and alternate your arms and legs in the center. Oh, yeah. All right. Now gather your knees up into your chest and give your knees a squeeze. I'll turn sideways so you can see me. Maybe rock a little right and left. Round your spine, draw your nose and your knees. And just to give us a little warmth, reach the arms and legs out and hover. And then draw the knees in, and then reach the arms out and hover. And then draw the knees in and out and hover, and knees in and hover, knees in. Last time, squeeze, and then go into happy baby. So take the outside edges of your feet and rock yourself right and left. Now go ahead and gather the right knee into the chest. Let the left leg come long. And squeeze the right knee directly into the chest first. Now just barely move the knee over towards the armpit so your inner thigh is still touching your rib cage. And open the hip. Now lift the left leg to hover, point both toes really hard, yes, and then release your left leg. Let's take a twist here. So left hand takes the right leg over into a twist. Gaze to your right, keep your right shoulder down. It's okay if your leg doesn't go all the way down. It's early, we don't want to strain our back. You're not quite warm, but we just want to warm up the spine and get some mobility in it. And come back to center and grab your dog leash or your belt. And with the right foot, I want you to place your belt on the ball of your foot and extend your legs straight up, right out of the hip. Now pull the toes back. Now remember, the belt is on the ball of your foot. Pull the toes back towards the hip and then extend your heel sky high. So you're not pulling the foot towards the face quite yet. And keep that left leg active. And sink your right femur bone, that's your thigh bone, back into your hip socket. Yeah, so you're flattening through the lower back on the floor. Now, both ends of the strap in the right hand, bend your knee into a one-legged happy baby. Squeeze it down. If you need to bend your left knee for support, you can. Just make sure you're not flaring the left knee out. And squeeze the knee down about as far as you can, pulling it under the armpit. Nice hip opener. All right, now extend your right leg again. And this time, pull the foot back towards the face. See if you can keep your right knee as straight as possible. And draw the belly button into the spine. Now with both straps in the left hand, release some of the tension out of the hamstring. Keep the knee straight and just move the leg over to the left. You should start to feel a nice stretch in the outer hip and the IT band. Yeah. Press your heel away from you as you straighten your knee. Bring the leg back to center, and then both straps in the right hand, and let the leg fall over to the right. Left hand to the left hip, open it up, press the hip down and away. And maybe pull the toes up towards the right shoulder with the strap. Slowly bring the leg back to center. Release your strap and let your right leg come down to the mat. Release your strap to the side, but keep it handy. Left knee comes into the chest. Squeeze it in. And then a slight movement of the thigh over into the armpit. The inner thigh is still in contact with the rib cage, but you're just opening the hip and bringing the knee towards the armpit. Lift the right leg just to hover, point both sets of toes really hard. And then release your right leg. Draw the knee back to center. And then let's take the twist. So take the knee over to the right, the left arm out. Gaze to the left. Long breaths. It's really important to connect your breath when you're stretching really deeply with the stretches. So you're going to get more release on your exhale. So concentrate more on releasing with the exhale and letting out more air with your exhale. And then bring your knee back to center and find your strap. With the strap on the ball of the left foot, extend your leg straight up into the sky. Now remember you want the femur bone to sink back into the hip socket. And you want to send the heel towards the sky or towards the ceiling and pull the toes back. The leg really should be at a 90-degree angle from your hip. Both sets of the strap into the left hand for happy baby on the left leg. Draw the knee into the armpit, yeah. And maybe lift the right leg a little and then lower it back down. Long breaths, exhale. And send your leg way back up. And then start to draw the foot towards your face. belly button into the spine. Some nice tension in the hamstring. And then bring the leg back to neutral. Both hands on the strap. Move the leg over towards the right. Sinking the heel away, and the knee is straight. See if you can sink your left hip back, down and away. Yep, outer hip stretch. Concentrate on the exhale. Send out all the stress and anxiety out with your exhale, helping to release those muscles. All right, bring it back to neutral. Change hands at the strap and take the leg out to the side. Right hand to the hips. Press the hip back into the mat. One more breath here. And then bring the leg back to center. Release your strap. Set it out to the side. We'll use it again in a bit. And gather both knees into the chest and rock a little right and left. Roll yourself over to your side and bring yourself up to hands and knees. So coming to hands and knees, cat and cow your back, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze, exhale, pull everything underneath. And keep moving and just articulate your spine. A couple of more rounds, and if you need any organic movements, such as shifting your gaze back to each hip and wagging your tail, wag your tail. Barrel roll your chest if you need. Rotate your head to release your neck. And then reach your right arm high to the sky. Left hand is right under the shoulder. Open up your chest. And then thread the needle. Come to the back side of your right shoulder. Try not to shift your hips. Release your head to the mat. Now move your hand just above your head, but keep your elbow bent. And you want to open your elbows so you're pulling the left shoulder back and opening the chest. Nice full back twist. Now, option here, you can stay or reach the foot out to the side towards the hand and start to press yourself open a little bit more. Rolling back over onto the shoulder. 3, 2, release. Right arm high, twist it back open, and then put the hand down. Left arm reaches up to twist, and then thread the needle. Making sure to come to the back side of the shoulder without shifting the hips. Right hand over the head, but keep your elbow bent so you can put some weight into the hand and press yourself open. Again, coming back to the exhales, breathe. If you want, take the option with the foot out, pressing yourself even more open. For 3, 2, and 1. Press your weight into your right hand, left arm high, twist it open, and then both hands down. Walk your hands all the way out. We're coming to, I think I have a dog theme today. Puppy pose. So drop your chest right down. And it's okay if it doesn't come all the way down. You can put your forehead on the mat, but if it's available to you, go ahead and just droop your chest down so that your chin comes to the earth. Keep your hips right over your knees. Don't let them shift back or forward. Opening through the armpits and the shoulders. Reach your fingers a little further forward. Long breaths. And then start to release and make your way back out. Nice job. Let's come to a calf stretch. So, hands under the shoulders. Sorry, I gotta pull up my pants. Ball of the foot behind you. So we're back here. And press your heel back towards the back of the room to get a nice calf stretch. Now, extend your leg, lift it up, hip height. Rotate your ankle in both directions. And bend your knee, and then shift the heel towards the sky. Then reach the left hand back to grab the foot or the ankle. Let's take a little stretch in the hip flexor and the quad. And then release. Nice job. Left foot comes back. Ball of the foot on the mat. Press the heel back, extending and stretching through the calf. And then go ahead and lift the leg hip height. Bend your knee and extend the heel way up to the sky. Engage your glute just for a breath. And then reach the hand back to grab the foot of the ankle and kick your foot into your hand. Release it out. Make any movements you need to make. We're going to come into a hip stretch now. So go ahead and tuck your toes and lift into plank pose and then lower all the way down to your mat. Widen out your arms so you're in a T shape with your body. Bend your right knee. Lift your right thigh off the mat. Turn your head to look at your right hand. Place it on the mat. Left cheek comes to the mat, and then the right foot comes behind you. Now, this can stay here with just a hip stretch, placing your foot behind you and opening your right knee. Or if you want a little more of a shoulder stretch as well, you can start to take the hand behind you, behind the hip, or if you have the shoulder mobility, you can intertwine your hands and pull the shoulders open that way. Hip and shoulder stretch. Long breaths. Easy with your neck. And then make your way back out. Find that T shape with your body again. Turn your head so your right cheek is on the mat. Bend your left knee, lift the left thigh off of the mat, and take the foot behind you. You can stay here. You can start to thread the left arm behind you, or if you have the availability in your shoulders to stretch them open, intertwine the hands and open your shoulders. Press the knuckles away, press the left knee away and open it up. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, looking good. Come back to that T shape with your body. Place your hands under your shoulders. Lift your heart and come into a low cobra. Lower down. Again, low cobra. Lift. Lower down. One more, low cobra. Lift. And lower down. Extend your arms halfway out and tent your fingers. Lift your elbows and now lift your chest. Take your gaze to the right and then your gaze to the left. Keep your gaze to the left and just drop your right shoulder down. Keep your elbows high. Come back up. Gaze to the right, left shoulder down. And come back up. Right shoulder down. And up. Left shoulder down. One more, just like that, to the right. And then left shoulder. Nice job. Come back to center and lower all the way down. Keep your chin right in the neutral spot. Intertwine your hands behind you. Press the knuckles towards the heels. Open up the shoulders. Draw the shoulder blades together. Look down. Drop your head, chin to chest. And release. Hands under the shoulders. Press back up and come to sit on your heels now. So we're going to do a little neck stretch now that we've worked into the shoulders. So take your right ear to your right shoulder. Now take your hands behind you, intertwine your hands just like we did before, and take your hands to your right shoulder. Maybe a little movement forward and back. Nice juicy in the neck. Release your right hand. Leave your left hand on your hip. Take your right hand on top of your head to your left ear. A little bit of pressure. Just be careful with your neck. Then place your right hand on your right cheek and just very softly, gently guide your head back up to center. All right, let's go to the other side. So the left cheek or the left ear goes to the left shoulder. Intertwine your hands behind you, and then take the hands to the left hip. Maybe a little, tiny little movements, micro movements with the neck. Finding those spots that you need to release. Release your left hand and place it on top of your head, on top of the right ear. Leave your right hand on your hip, left hip that is. Neck release. We hold so much tension in our necks. We do so much on our computers and our phones, and we have a lot of tension. All right, left hand to the left cheek and guide your head up gently. Nice job. Hands behind you. Intertwine your fingers again. Press the knuckles towards the toes. Pull the shoulder blades together. Lift your chin way up to the sky. Open your mouth and close your mouth. Open your mouth, close your mouth. Now lift your chin way up to the sky again. Extend your knuckles even further back. And then inhale, rise up. Nicely done. All right, so come back to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Pedal up through your heels. We're not going to be here long. We're just going to take a side stretch, and then we're going to start to move towards the wall. So lift all the way up to the balls of the feet. Widen your feet at least 1 foot's width apart, 1 foot's length, sorry. And then move your heels to the right. So the toes and the heels are all lined up. And then reach your left fingers a little further towards the left corner of the mat. Nice long side body stretch. Use your exhale here again. All right, up to the balls of the feet, move the hands back in line, and then move the heels to the left. Reach the right fingertips forward towards the right corner of the mat. Heels and toes are lined up. Long breath. Nice job. Come back to center, come up to the balls of the feet, press chest and belly back towards the thighs, and then lower your heels. Drop the right knee and turn it so that it is parallel with the front of the mat. Leave your right hand, flatten out your back foot, and open up into gate pose. Reach your left fingertips towards the front of the room. You're side stretching. Both hands down. Back to downward facing dog, or just plank if you want. Drop the left knee. Turn onto the left shin so it's parallel to the front of the mat. Open up and then reach the arm towards the front. Both hands down. Downward facing dog one more time. Big long inhale. Big long exhale. Reach the right leg high to the sky and bend your knees. Stack your hip one on top of the other. Opening out through the hips. And then extend your leg and put it down. Left leg, bring it up. Bend your knee. Stack your hip. Left leg on top. Left hip on top of the right. Try to keep your opposite shoulder down. And then release. The right leg's rising again. Bend the knees, stack the hip. And then we're going to come in a pigeon pose here. We're going to do pigeon pose twice, actually. So we'll stay here just for a few breaths. So shin as parallel to the front of the mat as you can, but most importantly, get the knee to the right side of the mat. Tuck the toes and extend your leg back behind you. You can stay right here, or I'm going to take you into a little quad stretch. So, oh, I put my strap too far away from me. Grab your strap and just create a loop around it and put it around your foot, coming into a quad stretch. And start to work the foot towards the shoulder. Release it out. Recline into your pigeon if you'd like. Walk it all the way down. Really breathe into your right hip. Let it release. Walk yourself back up. Tuck the back toes. Step back. Plank to downward facing dog. Pedal out through your heels. Left leg rises. Bend the knee. Stack the hip. And come into your pigeon. Make sure that left knee is as far over to the left side of the mat as you can. Extend your leg behind you. You can stay right here, or if you want to take the quad stretch on the other side, just loop that strap around your foot and start to pull the foot towards the shoulder. Try not to be on your kneecap. You're a little further on the front of the thigh. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Release into pigeon pose again. All the way down if you'd like. Recline your pigeon, untuck your toes. Breathe into your left hip. And start to walk yourself up. Tuck your back toes, step back, downward facing dog again. Pedal out through the heels, maybe taking your hips to the right and left, wag your dog. And then bring the right leg up again. Bend the knee, stack the hip, and then place your right foot beside your right pinky finger into lizard lunge. So you can stay right here and just kind of work forward and back, or even into circles. Or if you need to, you can drop the back knee for support. Or when you're ready, go ahead and take yourself all the way down to your forearms if that's available to you. Long breaths. And when you're ready, start to walk yourself back up. Tuck your back toe and step back to plank or downward facing dog, your choice. Left leg rises, bend the knee, stack the hip, and then bring the foot beside the left pinky finger. Stay low. And drop the back knee if you wish, or come to the forearms. Some movement here is nice if you want to work into some circles in the hip. And begin to work yourself back up out of your lizard. Step back, downward facing dog. This is our last one, so take a long inhale and a smooth exhale. Drop to your knees and then come to seat. Sit at seat on your heels and shake your wrist out a little bit. So we're going to come to the wall now. We're going to do a little bit of back bending and some more hip opening on the wall. So move yourself towards your wall, and you want your hips to be about 1.5 feet from the wall. Extend your legs up the wall only so that the shins are parallel to the floor, and your hips should be about 18 inches from the wall. Lift your hips up off the mat, coming into bridge pose on the wall. Belly button into the spine, use the weight of the feet, and maybe if you want to, you can intertwine your hands and start to roll the shoulder blades up underneath. Now, if you've never done this before, you might need to adjust. So everybody come down, and then just make any adjustments you need. Sometimes I need to get a little closer so I can get higher, because the first one is good, but the second one, sometimes I want it to be a little deeper. Lift it up into your bridge pose on the wall, and if you wish, extend your legs as well, getting into the hip flexors. Start to lower all the way back down. Now, take a little boot scoot boogie and scoot your booty towards the wall so that your cheeks actually touch. Oops, sorry, I forgot my pigeon pose on the wall. So move back out so that you're 18 inches. I apologize. Bend your knees. Cross your right ankle over the left knee. So the left shin is still parallel to the floor. And then take your right hand on the inner thigh, not the knee, the inner thigh, and press your knee away. You can stay right here, or if you want to thread your hands through, take hands meeting behind the left thigh, and then start to pull your legs back towards your chest. Supine pigeon. It's a different sensation here than when we're up or when we're doing a refined pigeon or normal pigeon. It's a little deeper into the hip and the back side of the hip and even into our sacrum. All right, release. Uncross the legs and cross the other ankle over. Hand to the inner thigh, press it away. And then if you wish, go ahead and have the hands meet behind the right thigh. The left hand threads between the legs. Pull the toes back of the left foot and the right. And then pull the legs towards the chest. See if you can untuck your tailbone and not round the tailbone. Long breaths. Smooth exhales. Nicely done. All right, now release. Sweet release. Now we're going to move our booties to the wall. Make sure that you feel the wall with your cheeks, the ones on the bottom. And that way your legs are directly above your hips. So go ahead and widen your legs, and let's take a wide-legged stretch. Straddle on the wall. Yeah, feels pretty good. Let the weight of your legs be heavy towards the floor. Maybe come up, touch the wall, and then widen your shoulder blades and come back down. Start to gather your feet together. So the soles of the feet come together. Knees still wide. Baddha Konasana on the wall. So untuck your tailbone. Make sure you're not curling your tailbone towards your face, but release your tailbone down towards the wall. Take the hands just like we did earlier with our pigeon pose to your inner thighs. You want to pull the heels as close to the groin as possible and then press your knees away. Press the tailbone down and the knees away. Use your breath. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, it feels so good. All right, bring the knees together, squeeze them into the chest. Listen carefully, you're gonna walk your feet over to the right so that they're all the way at the floor and the knees are down into a twist. Gaze to your left. Now this is a pretty intense twist. If you need more or want more, bend your right knee a little bit closer up to your body, snuggle it up towards the armpit. And if you want to assist yourself, you can place your right hand on your left hip and start to pull your left hip over into a deeper twist. Release and start to creep your feet back around and over to the left. Knees together at first. Right arm out, gaze to the right. And then if you do wish for more, go ahead and bring the knee higher up into your armpit and maybe assist with the left hand on the right hip for a deeper twist. Unwind yourselves and extend your legs all the way up the wall. Let the weight of your legs be heavy into your hips. Close your eyes. Waterfall on the wall. Take some deep breaths and come into a meditative state. Quiet your mind, quiet your breath, quiet your bodies. Slowly begin to gather your knees into your chest. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana here and end lying on your back, you're more than welcome to stay. Or start to roll to one side. And then lift yourself up to seated and sit up against the wall. Close your eyes. Take a minute just to notice how you feel now versus how you felt when we started. Doesn't always take a heavy duty, powerful yoga practice to make you feel good. Sometimes all it takes is just some juicy stretches. Releasing fluid in our joints. Take a deep breath, open your mouth and sigh. Bring your hands to your heart center. Gratitude for giving yourself some self-love today. Go out and feel good and be good, but most of all, my friends, do good. Namaste. Have a great day.